here. What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Fudge, is the game? No, the game's fine. That was just all right. How we doing? I hope you guys are doing all right today. Is the mic peaking or not? I keep getting mic check 1. I don't know. It looks like it's peaking, but I guess if I get back to mumbling, I don't know. Let me fix the game just a little bit. What's up, Jay? What up, Travis? What up, Rob? Dang lazy mofo. Trey. Talk loud. Right there, right? That should be the sweet spot. All right. What up, Halls? What up, Lone Wolf? Hope you guys are doing all right. Happy Friday. Lots of baseball. a lot of it tonight. And some early baseball. Every team in the league playing today. 3 games on our early slate. We're not really going to focus on that. 12-game main slate. I'm going to focus on that. I believe we have all the tabs we need ready to go, too. What up, Austin? Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you guys had a good day. I didn't really do too. There was really nothing to play yesterday. It was like all day nonsense, and I wasn't rolling out of bed for that. Night before, pretty good, pretty solid day. And yeah, we're hopefully we'll have a strong start to the weekend. This stream brought to you by RunDFS.com. That's the place where we don't just play DFS. We run DFS. If you guys want to add the spreadsheet, the Discord, anything like that to your repertoire of tools, you should do so. Or you can do so, rather, by going to RunDFS.com. Click VIP memberships. Week pass, month pass, season pass, and the year pass. And I forgot with the coupon code. I want to say it was year. It might have been yearly. I think it's year. I think we have two left for this. So after that, it goes away. So 2 more people that can use the year pass. That'll get it down to $260, which is also coming with a $150 credit to Fantasy Cruncher. So essentially $110 for the rest of the year. So it's pretty doggone good deal. And once that's used, then no more year passes, no more bulk passes until like NFL, because it's gonna be the dog days. Let's open up the RunDFS.com MLB VIP. Actually, let's go look at some weather in a moment. Any nice hits from chat last couple days? Like I said, yesterday was just kind of a throwaway slate. The Wednesday slate was kind of cool. Cincy, St. Louis, Orange. Game is opposite, blah, blah, blah. All right, so it looks like for the most part, we'll be vibing for baseball weather. What up, Gilbert? Hope you're doing all right today. All right, let's get into a little game by game. Game numero uno, the Chicago Cubs at the Philadelphia Phillies. We got Marcus Stroman on the bump, taking out Ranger Suarez. A 4.3 run total for the Cubs, a 4.9 for the Phillies. Marcus Stroman this season has upped his K percentage a little bit, and has still been steady Eddie with the ground balls. 53% ground ball rate to righties, almost a 60% to lefties. The xFIPs are telling us that he has been struggling a little bit more against lefties than righties. Righties a 2.55 xFIP, 29% K rate, but against lefties the xFIP jumps to 4.4 plus. The strikeout rate dips to under 18%, and he has a 13% walk rate. This is uncharacteristic for him versus his historical splits. You would think he would find his way back to the strike zone, but so far he has not, and that's on 50 innings of overall sample size. The Phillies are going to go just about half and half. Bryson Stott, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and Brandon Marsh. So we can't really lean hard on the strikeout splits, and it is still Citizens Bank Park here. So not a warm and fuzzy spot for Marcus Stroman. I guess not really looking at the grand scheme of the slate. I guess I should have had a DraftKings tab open. You would assume that a 24-team slate would end up giving us a couple of the higher echelon pitchers, but I'll open up a tab. Bartender Jack. I had all my tabs set up moments before we went live, and the same thing has happened. That's been happening the last 2 streams. Is right when I open up Streamlabs, Google's like, I'm gonna freeze now, and I don't have any issues with it usually throughout the rest of the day. So I guess it's a RAM issue. So when I went back to go live, I didn't open up all the tabs. Oh yeah, actually it is kind of a yucky pitching slate. So Joe Ryan. All right, so in the grand scheme of the slate first, Yeah, this gets rough. I guess man. I guess we'll start him off as a low tier 3. I really got no strong warm and fuzzies on pitching Marcus freaking Stroman in Citizens Bank Park, but pitching kind of sucks. So maybe, just maybe, let's start it off. We'll tighten it up later if we need to, but let's like put him at the bottom of a tier 3, right? Because he keeps the ball on the ground. 0.72 home run per 9 to righties and lefties so far. Pretty doggone solid. Ranger Suarez on the other side. No interest in him. He's got a 2 whip, a 4.7 expected ERA, and an over 6.7 actual ERA. All based on a whopping 4 innings of sample size. But if we elongate on that, go back to the last season, 155 innings of sample size. Whip is still elevated. Low strikeout stuff. High Sierra. And the fact he's only gone 4 innings, I wonder what that means for pitch count. 72 last game, so we might get to 85. And that was a Coors game, so it's kind of unfair to use that too much. But man, this lineup against lefties, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys with high K rates. I don't think I'm that interested in Suarez having a 20 plus or projecting Suarez to have a 20 plus fantasy point game. The Cubs do have some strikeouts here, but they've also been really good against lefties. A 124 WRC plus, a very high ISO, decent OPS. Looking at this lineup specifically, Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson, Ian Happ, Suzuki all bat really, really well against lefties, and this is going to be an onslaught. Nine righties. Last year against righties, 263 average, sub 20% K rate. Kept the ball in the park and on the ground. So if you do think this isn't a top shelf pitching day where an SP2 gets you 16 and you think that dog will hunt on a slate like this, I guess that's one way to think about Ranger Suarez. Right now I'm not there, but man, pitching is rough. Bro, I got my mouth is dry. What up, Sinjin? What up, Holly's been slumping? Been on your Aaron Hicks grind. It's time to hit on through. Cubs are pesky against lefties. Yeah, they're pesky. They got some power too. So, and one thing we also like here is Patrick Wisdom in the 5 hole. A lot of times we see him hidden like the 7-8 spot, lower in the order. Now you put him in a 5 hole in Citizens Bank Park against a contact pitcher. Even a ground ball guy like he is, that's a pretty decent spot. He has almost a 21% barrel rate this season. Let me see what is Patrick Wisdom's average launch angle. It is 23 degrees, so it's actually above the sweet spot, but it's fine. He is fine. Man, I tell you what, I think I gotta get a little bit of action here. So we'll go Cubs. Do we want to? I don't know if I want a Phillies full stack or a sub stack. I think it's sub stack lefties or sub stack with a focus on lefties. Obviously Trey Turner always in play, but it'd be like Harper, Turner, Schwarber. The Cubs bullpen has been performing well. Their bullpen plus numbers are really good. So I might go sub stack on the Phillies. But I wouldn't talk anyone off of a full Philly stack. They're pretty deep team. All right, let's move on to the next one. Tigers at the Nationals. Tigers rocking a run total of 4.4. Nationals 4.3. Matthew Boyd taking on Jake Irvin. Both lineups are confirmed. Matthew Boyd, 32 innings of sample size this season, 4.32 expected ERA, not good. 1.56 whip, not good. Low strikeout rate. His swing and strike is linear to last year. It's his called strike percentage has dipped 5%. So does that mean he is? My guess would be his first pitch strike is not great. If his called strike has dropped 5%, we'll go check. Yan Gomes for a bomb. I can see that. Where's the Phillies bullpen in bullpen plus metrics? They're not Not bad. Matthew Boyd. So I came here for first pitch strike numbers, right? So that would be under game log, play discipline. 66% overall. It's actually not too bad. He just ends up losing the zone, I guess. All right. Boyd doesn't really strike people out. The Nationals don't strike out against left-handed pitching, so I'm not there on Matthew Boyd. I wish the Nats had any type of power. Joey Meneses, the main one for me here. I guess Stone Garrett in shorter sample size has decent hits. I don't think I could get 5 deep into a Nat stack. I'll probably nominate them for a sub stack. Looking for a couple multi-hit games, maybe a bomb at a Meneses, somebody like that. And then Jake Irvin, 15 innings of him. So far, not great, but 15 innings. I do want to see what his minor league profile suggests is on the way. I always feel like I have to sneeze when I'm streaming. I don't know why. Probably because I just woke up not that long ago. Let's see. Splits from last year. One plus ground out to air out ratio, sub 230 average allowed. Let's see, home runs, no home runs. Wow. So I mean, minor league stuff was there. So just keeping that in the back of the mind as we start looking at Irvin's big league body of work. No homers allowed at the major league level either. That's kind of funny though, because it's not like his ground ball rate. Like he didn't have a 2 ground out air out ratio in the minors, and like 50% ground ball rate to lefties. That's good, but like to sustain is there. This man hasn't allowed a homer. So he didn't allow one last year. Did he have any minor league games this year? Oh, he did. All right, so 3 homers. Minor league numbers against righties to start the season in 12 innings were a little sus. Good strikeout numbers against righties in the minors so far this season. Let me see last year. See a splitty guy? No, not really. I don't know. He just looks like average pitcher, average carpentry skills, and the Tigers suck. So I'm probably not there on Jake Irvin. And man, Tigers are so bad. I wish Irvin had a glimmer of hope. A 5% swing and strike rate ain't gonna cut it. 20% called strike. Unstoppable force, immovable object of suck, right? Usually say bad hitting beats bad pitching, but it looks like average pitching. So we'll just go. I'll go Substack Nats, and that's just like super limited. Like maybe Lane Thomas, Meneses. Spin the wheel, make a deal on Garrett. Oof. Maybe it is more of a one-off spot. It just feels like Boyd is gettable. And he allows a little bit of pop. It's just this team doesn't profile for a ton of power. I really got nothing on the Tigers. 12-game slate. The Tigers end up being the nuts. They end up being the nuts. Who would profile the best as a one-off? I really got nothing there. Yeah, I got nothing there. What up, Noel? I hope you're doing all right. Orioles and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays getting that butt tapped 3-1 by the Yankees. Hopefully these two teams somehow both find a way to lose this series. That would be great for the Yankees. You say Kikuchi on the bump, taking out Kyle Gibson. Orioles 4.4 run total. Blue Jays 5.4, heavy favorites. Kyle Gibson so far this season, not great. 5.21 expected ERA, 1.4 whip, 4.82 Sierra, sub 10% swing and strike rate, and against righties, a sub 18% strike or K percentage. Ground ball rate's kind of dipping from last year. 47% ground ball rate last year. This year just a 39%, so 8% drop. And then against lefties, he's really struggling to get left-handed hitting out. Luckily for him, the Blue Jays don't have a ton of lefties in the lineup right now. Varsho, Brandon Belt, Kevin Kiermaier, and the projected. We've seen Brandon Belt not start every day. You would think this is such a good matchup that they would have to. In the last 2 games of the Yankees-Blue Jays series, Vladdy didn't play. So I don't know what the seriousness of his injury is, but I guess it's not a guarantee that he would play. And then the lineup just came out. So he is playing, so that's good. The lineup is Springer, Bichette, Vladdy, Varsho, Chapman. Brandon Belt is going to be batting 6th. Then with Merrifield, Danny Jansen, and Kevin Kiermaier. All right, so green light that. Man, wish they had more lefties, right? Take advantage of this lefty problem that Kyle Gibson has. Varsho's been I guess he would profile the best, and then Brandon Belt get a chance to make contact, right? 15% K rate to lefties for Gibson this season. Maybe we can neutralize that 30% K rate for Brandon Belt. No warm and fuzzies though. Not really there on playing Brandon Belt. So Blue Jays. I'll go Blue Jays as a stack, and then I'll go Orioles too. Orioles are one of my favorite stacks, slate to slate. Kikuchi, 5.01 expected ERA this season, 1.3 WHIP. Barrel rate still high, 11% plus. So when you make contact, it's a good chance of being quality contact. Looking like a good spot here for Anthony Santander. He's got the highest bomb detector rating in the game. Mountcastle's up there as well. Love him against lefties. Also added an adjustment to the bomb detector algorithm. If you guys aren't in the Discord and you are VIPers, I added a park factor. So Santander and Mountcastle would be in the 3.9s if we use the park weight. And basically what I did was just write a way to weight how important the park factors were for the splits. Thanks to Baseball Savant, we had the splits for hitters in each park, so something to look for. That actually brings it down a little bit, but it's still in the high, in over 3.9, so I'm interested. So definitely in the Orioles stack. I might have more Orioles than Blue Jays just because I like their floor better. Blue Jays were a little bit anemic in the last couple days, but this is still just a really talented roster, so not interested in either pitcher, stack only. And the run total is kind of modest for the Blue Jays. 4.4 is nothing to really get too excited about, but I'm willing to bet against Kikuchi. You like the Cubbies and the Mets stack? How does Mancini profile? He's bad. Since the beginning of last year, 241 average versus lefties, 118 ISO, 315 in a bomb detector, just a 4% barrel rate, a 93 WRC plus. So by all these metrics, he's a below average profile, just generally against lefties. Yeah. Jim Brown passed. Oh man. Guess we'll keep it moving. Guardians and the Mets. Cal Quantrill taking on Carlos Carrasco. This slate sucks for pitching. Good God. Guess we'll get to Alcantara, Joe Ryan. Fudge, man, this is rough. Quantrill's pure contact guy, 11.7% K percentage, 6% swing and strike rate, 5.31 on the xFIP. Usually a contact pitcher is coupled with high ground ball rate. He only has a 38% ground ball rate to righties. It is elevated against lefties at 48%. It's about half and half. Bottom half of the lineup gets righty. They actually got Marte in the 6th spot. That's interesting. Hasn't allowed a ton of power to righties. 0.7-ish home run per 9 on a 43% fly ball rate. Low hard contact rate, about 33%. Barrel rate, 7%. So it's just one of those daring the other team to put the ball in play and not do anything with it. A 15% walk rate to lefties. How many innings is that off of? Dude, we have 40 plus overall, right? 45? Those strikes. He has 13 walks in 18 innings. Wow. Does he have a walk prop on PrizePicks? He does not. It's a 3.5 strikeout prop. That's funny. Yeah, Mets don't really strike out that much overall as a team. This lineup itself, just two guys with elevated strikeout rates, Vientos and Alvarez. I heard they called up Gary Sanchez. I was hoping to see him in the lineup against a contact pitcher, but they did not. So Mets look good. I saw you mentioned in chat Mets and Cubs. I wish the power profile looked better, but it's a good spot. 1.45 home run per 9 to lefties. Do we have a power lefty? We really don't. But it could draw some walks here. Pete Alonso could put the ball in play. I like Alonso to maybe overcome this 0.68 homer per 9. Just daring him to make contact is a problem. So we'll go Mets. I'm a little bit closer to leaning Mets substack than full stack. So we'll do that. Is the wind blowing out at Citi Field? According to this, yeah, a little bit. Was that something mentioned in the Roto Grinders weather report? It's a bit breezy around game time. Winds blowing out to left center. Yeah, but probably not enough like to make me care too much, right? This park gives them 13% less home runs overall against, or just overall. So I'm not gonna overrate that. You know what I mean? Carrasco, 6.14 Sierra, 7.59 expected ERA, 13% barrel rate, 13 innings of work. Last year he was not that good against the Guardians. They're kind of like Nats but better, right? They do have a little bit more pop, and it's based on two bats, J-Ram and Josh Naylor. Everybody else is just super death by paper cuts. There's just no strikeouts in this lineup. So I'm really not there for Carrasco at all for DFS. As far as playing the Guardians, I would definitely get to a substack. I'm thinking about a full stack. But the Mets bullpen has been solid as well. And the Guardians just are so, like, no power. But J-Ram and Naylor are the two. 230 plus combined ISO, average ISO. Let's see, Carrasco against lefties. Hasn't allowed a bomb yet, but it's only 13 innings. 29% line drive rate. Last year, a little over a 1 homer per 9. And if you're just going to dare these two to make contact, especially J-Ram being able to get on no matter what, steal bases, stuff like that. Those are two that I like quite a bit. I'm going to meditate on a substack because I think J-Ram and Naylor are just going to fall consistently as one-offs. I just hate playing Miles Straw, you know what I mean? So I don't want to, on a 12-game slate, I really don't want to make too much room for the Guardians. But Naylor and J-Ram should fall naturally. And maybe a Rosario Revenge or something like that. But not really over-invested. Lindor, McNeil, Lindor Mini. You can play Lindor twice. That'd be cool. I'm just messing with you. What's up, Jake? Hope you're doing all right. So Lindor, McNeil, Alonso maybe is what you meant. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Nimmo too. Like, I can get to 5 Mets pretty quickly and not feel like I'm missing out. Maybe we do a 5. Let's see who's ready in the bullpen for the Guardians. I would imagine every team that didn't play yesterday is just reset, right? Like, we want to see if, like, Stefan, why can't I talk? Class A guys like that. Guardians. Karinchak would be available. Stefan, maybe. He threw 7 pitches yesterday, so he's probably available. Class A, maybe. Yeah, maybe. If you can bridge that gap. So, that's what scares me about them, is they do have a talented bullpen. Matriculate on to the Mariners and the Braves. We got a lot of lineups. I love this. Bryce Miller taking on Bryce Elder. The Bryce is right. A lot of Bryce on Bryce crime. 4 runs for the Mariners, 4.7 for the Braves. So Elder, 4.59 expected ERA, severely overperforming relative to his actual ERA. Sub 2 ERA with near 4 Sierra, 4.5 expected ERA. What is looking like it's going to kill him eventually? Well, he's not really getting strikeouts. He's got a 4+ xFIP to lefties. So it looks like he's getting really lucky against lefties. So let's go look at his BABIP to lefties. Well, let me make sure that there's even lefties to worry about. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there is. So Altuve. Hey. Simmer down. I don't care about him. I do have him on my season-long team, but it won't let me drop him. But now I can actually activate him. 176 average. So Control F, BABIP. There's a 200 BABIP to lefties. So that's where the regression would be coming. Although he's kind of unlucky to righties, so it kind of evens out, but not quite. What else the batted ball data telling us? Ground ball pitcher. Very high hard contact rate. What's Elder's prop? Dude, his earnings allowed, or the prop for earnings at 2.5 is so tempting to take the over because of how lucky he is based on the expected ERA. But man, the Mariners just don't come through for me. Last week they went off on the slate that wasn't on the main slate. I was so salty. And this lane right here, this 3 through 8, the aggregate strikeout rate is nuts, like 30%. So I wish there was a little bit more whiff stuff in Elder's profile, but this might be the scumdacker game of the day, huh? Bryce Miller, massive K potential. Braves, really talented. Did we just go all 4 corners? Let's go look at some ownership. What up, M? Yeah, it sucks about Jim Brown. That's life. Miller, Elder's 21%, huh? Normally I would scoff at it like that, but the pitching is so shallow. But what about the other one, Bryce Miller's at under 1%? No way. $82 pitches, so he's just kind of chilling at 80. I guess, but he's still getting through games. It might just be the fact that he's through ball games. Would like to see his ground ball rate to be higher. It was extreme fly ball pitcher so far. Without a home run, bruh. How is that possible? How do you have a 60% fly ball rate without a homer, bro? That's got to be the most unsustainable home run to fly ball. That's crazy. I guess we'll dig into it. I know he's good though. Like the strikeout stuff is real. It's just the Braves are so scary. But if he's legitimately under 1%, I gotta play him just for the strikeout potential on a shallow slate. But I want to see if this if this fly ball rate is normal for him, and then two, if him not allowing homers, bro. That's kind of scary. Altuve's been slow to get back into form after missing time the past few years. Yeah, sometimes he looks like he doesn't know what's coming. Let's see. 3 homers in 12 innings to righties. 2 and 7. So he was a ground. It was like more 50% ground ball, like a 1 ground out to air out ratio. So let's go to last year. Last year, a 1 ground out to air out ratio to the left. Oh no, there's no sample. All I'm gonna say is a 40% hard contact rate, a 61% fly ball rate. It's not going to be 0 home runs forever. And the Braves just might be that team to make a difference. But I think this is a 4-corner spot, y'all. So we said Elder, the Braves pitcher, top 4 in ownership. Under 1% is Miller, who's probably the better pitcher and just strikeout stuff alone. And what about the offenses? Let's start with Braves. Modest. I'd imagine it's mostly modest ownership slate. Nobody's on the Mariners. That's ridiculous. Just looking at the metrics, I think Miller's the better pitcher, and no one's on the Mariners. And then, no one's on Miller, but I guess, respect to the Braves. So we're gonna go 4 corners here. We're gonna go Bryce Miller, Bryce Elder. I almost want to give Elder away for 20%, but not. And then we'll go Mariners and Braves, and we'll hope for a slugfest. Bomb detector likes Matt Olson. Really likes a lot of people. Yeah, being a fly ball pitcher isn't a bad thing, by the way. But it's unsustainable to have no homers. Okay, Travis, you're so right. What up, M the Great? Hope you're doing all right. Nah, Altuve's washed, bro. He's done. Get him out of there. No, he's got no buzzer. Let's see what the market on what's Elder's strikeout prop. He doesn't have one on PrizePicks. 5. Man, this lane right here terrifies me for strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. 5 of them average 30% K rate. So you run through that 2 or 3 times, there's a good chance you can flirt with that. What about Miller? He's explaining how Ken Walden has such a bad called strike and swinging strike numbers, a pretty good strikeout number. Yeah, we can look at that. 4.5 Ks for Bryce Miller, bruh. I guess sub 10% swing and strike rate for Miller is not crazy, but in the minors, I'll tell you what, maybe he's due for some strikeout regression, chat. 18 Ks this in the minors in 19 innings, and then last year 133 innings pitched, 163. Nah, maybe not. Nah, maybe not. Just would expect a higher swing and strike rate, but 4.5 feels like a low line. This team does strike out. All right, let's see. Can you explain how Waldachuk has such bad call strike? All right, let's look at that since it's topical. He has an 18% K rate, which is not great. 8.6% swing and strike rate, 14% called strike. So looks like he's really lucky. I wouldn't say this is pretty good, Dion. 18%. It doesn't match up with this crap, but I don't know. We can look at strength of schedule. Did you send me a? Texas, KC. So at KC, Coffin, they kind of suck. Cincinnati sucks. Look at these walks, bro. That's crazy. He's got 3 or more walks in all but 1, 2, 3 of his games this season. Yeah, I don't know. It's Bryce Elder's B-Day. Let's get to the Rockies and the Rangers. We got to look at Carl Kaufman taking on Martin Perez. So Martin Perez, we know we're getting 5.5 expected ERA. It's going to pitch to contact. Typically a ground ball guy. Those ground ball rates have dipped dramatically this season. 11% drop against righties. 13%, 12 to 13% drop against lefties. It's ridiculous average allowed against lefties. So not somebody I normally want to get behind. But my God, this Rockies lineup is terrible. No ISO against lefties other than Chris Bryant and Randall Grichuk. Fudge, this is a mess. Do we have roof news for this just seems like a wash. I'll let whatever happens one off, but man, I can't get behind the Rockies. 70 WRC plus, Jesus H. And then Kaufman. Who the heck is this guy? Carl Kaufman. Snell seems like he's in a good spot facing Boston. I hate playing Blake Snell. 26 Ks in 37 innings, so big contact guy. 1.78 whip. Yikes. I do believe that their AAA affiliate is in Colorado as well, so give them some altitude. Whatever. But these numbers are terrible. 4 homers in 17 innings against lefties. 6 walks. 300 plus average allowed. But this guy is how? Yeah, these numbers are not good. So this is one of those spots where projection model doesn't really have major league sample of Kaufman to go off of, but in the minors he's not good. So you bring probably a below replacement level pitcher up to face a Rangers team that's 112 WRC plus against righties, Sammy and Seager. So this looks like a strong stack for me. Let's go Rangers. Has there been anything on the roof in Globe Life? I guess it's raining, so it would probably be closed. So yeah. It'll be close. I think I heard about that tornadoes or tornadic storms up north. What up, Nathan? Hope you're doing all right. Anyone else popping off home run other than Olsen? From the Braves specifically or on the slate? Tatis, Betts, the Park Factor bomb detector, which takes the batted ball bomb rating and mixes it with the Park Factor, says that Vinny Pasquantino should do well. I haven't looked at that game yet to know what that's about. Trout, Buxton. There's a lot of juice after the Park Factors. Yeah, what up, Vic? Dang, Vic, where you been? Just a stretch in county or what? I ain't seen you in chat in a minute. So I don't necessarily want to play Martin Perez, and I dang sure don't want to stack Rockies, but maybe Martin Perez steals something down here. Does he have like a 3.5K prop that we can cheese? No. Man, maybe you could get away with a SP2 Martin Perez. I think you decide what side you want less and take the other side, right? Because there is some... This team sucks, bro. I mean, yikes. And Perez might be able to get through 5-6. Is he dealing with the tough strength of schedule? What's this high outcome? 20, 22? So even if he thinks 20 is a ceiling, is that an obtainable ceiling here? He gave up 3 homers in Oakland. That's so not like you, bro. I don't even know you. He's averaging 18 fantasy points at home, y'all. In 2 games. So look at 2 home starts. That's crazy. This man's a road warrior. Like almost 10 starts and only 2 at home. I think an SB2 shot on Martin Perez to fill out like the back end of 150 isn't psychotic. In the interest of space conservation, I'm not gonna throw him in there yet. But I would say like right now he's honorary mention if you're trying to fill out 150 lineups, right? We're gonna have the tight 1 max, 3 max, then 20 entry. It's unstoppable force, immovable object of suck, right? And I think the Rockies suck more. It's the same. Dealing with life. Dark hole. We'll get you out that hole, man. Keep your head up. Get some sunshine. Vitamin D. What up, Ryan? They got Young Thug locked up in county about 5 minutes away. I don't know who that is. That sounds like the most... That sounds like a Chat GPT rap name. Like, I'm gonna ask it right now. Just add Young or Thug, but not both. Alright, give me a generic rap artist name. How about MC Rhyme? Shut the no. That would never work. We're stacking Rangers. Moving on. Let's go, Jake. I like that. The bad guy. White Sox hosting the Royals. This is why Vinny Pasquantino popped off. Look at that. Home runs and guaranteed rate. Zach Greinke taking on Michael Kopech. Greinke, 5+ expected ERA, 16% K rate. He's Zach Greinke, which means I'm not pitching him. Not even if there's a fire. Michael Kopech on the bump for the White Sox. 7.64 expected ERA, 1.56 whip. The White Sox bullpen is atrocious. I mean, this is bad. 121 home run per 9 plus the Park loves homers. this is all bad. So far, Kopech been a power problem. Fudge, man. If anybody with the Royals, this should be a shove it spot, right? Let's see. Royals are chalky. Pascatino, third highest owned. All right, well, Kopech against lefties, 193, home run per 9, a 19% walk rate. What? 53% fly ball rate. Pascatino's batting second, and the park adjusted bomb detector says that he's number 1. So we're gonna put Vinny Pascatino as one of the power calls here in the VIP worksheet. You can get the worksheet by going to rundfs.com. Yeah, wrote Child's apology. I'm gonna have it write me one. I didn't use ChatGPT. I used the My AI from Snapchat. I can't get ChatGPT, and this is, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weirdo, chat. I haven't had an actual phone number in probably 5-6 years. I either use like a girlfriend's or whatever. I don't use a phone. I don't talk to friends via. We got Messenger, we got Discord, we got Twitter. So I went on like a 2-year stretch where I was like, man, I probably made 3 phone calls in 2 years. Why do I have a phone number? It was just a waste of money. But now there's always like small inconveniences for not having a phone number, whether it be like 2FA or something like that. And I tried to get ChatGPT the other day, and it was like, you need to verify. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I don't have a phone number, but I think Lil Peep sounded like a musician either. Yes, Lil, Young, Thug. These are all key phrases into having a rap name. How's your best ball doing? And when you smash the TV on Twitter. I don't play best ball. I love that TV. The Smash TV tweet is great. I don't know if you follow it. It's a copy pasta tweet that pops up all the time, but it's just fun to. For some reason, some people always fall for it, and I find some, like the last one was there was a cat under a broken TV. It's like, I think what actually happened is the cat broke that TV, but yeah. They see how bad Kwame Brown roasted. Yeah, I called him NBA dumb boy. That was a good one. So this is probably a game stack. So we'll go White Sox and Royals. Royals look really good here, but they're coming with ownership. What about the White Sox ownership? How's that going? White Sox, Jake Bagger, sub 10%. So that's good. Royals bullpen is not that great either. Below average in just about every category except strikeouts. So it's a good spot for offense. Least of jobs worries are the NBA. Oof. I don't know about that. Athletics taking on the Astros. Ken Waldachuk taking on Brandon Bielak. He used to be was he a reliever for the Red Sox? I know that name. Is he a reliever now? 5-4. I guess he's stretched out. 604 strikeouts. Good ground ball rate. I don't think either pitcher's playable, especially not the Waldachuk. What's the run totals here? Astros have a 6 run total. Athletics 3.8. Athletics bullpen's dog water. Yeah, it's hard to get away from the Astros here. How bad is the damage on ownership? It's there's one guy, it's Altuve. Everybody else is like 10%. It's not low owned, but we see two Royals or higher. This is a premium spot, so we know how bad this bullpen is, backing up a really bad pitcher. So Astros look like a strong front end stack. Would probably be the cash game stack. I really got no reason to full stack the Athletics, but Ruiz and Rooker and maybe Langoliers are guys, especially Rooker and Langoliers, are guys I would be okay with falling into the portfolio. But this is how we do that. I don't think I'm going to pitch either one. I'm not going to pitch either one. What is Waldachuk's strikeout prop? Dion was over here. 4. Ha! Jaws in the video throwing up famous. Ooh. That's a shame, man. That's a shame. You have a top 0.01% life opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He's young, man. We all make mistakes. Who's better, Ranger stack, O stack, or Mookie Betts, Pete Alonso, Hayes, Santander? So, strategically, on a slate like this, I would say a stack. If you're just running like one lineup, though, I would probably say Betts, Pete Alonso, Hayes, Santander, because I like Hayes and Santander. They're two of the stronger bomb detector ratings from the Orioles. Mookie's a strong player, and Pete Alonso's in a great contact spot. So if you're just trying to weasel out a single entry, it's the Betts, Alonso, Hayes, Santander for me. Just had Panera's mac and cheese. I've never had Panera. I don't even know if we have a Panera bread down here. I'm sure we do, but I've never had it. I'll be honest, I didn't know that Panera Bread was a restaurant. I literally thought it was like a bread shop. But I was watching some DoorDash YouTuber, and it's yeah, that's how out of touch I am. Laureano usually shows up against the Astros. Jaws' apology should have been like Connor's when he became double champ. Nah, you gotta play the politics, man. Connor's situation is the more bad press, the better for the heel MMA fighter. For Jaw, you gotta play by the CBA. Like Domingo Germán is gonna get a 10-day suspension. If you look at what the umpire said for Domingo and the Domingo statement, it was like very close to what Max Scherzer's ump and Max Scherzer said. So there's like a formulaic approach to publicly addressing it, and you're gonna get that with any sport that has a union. You like Panera Bread for comfort food? I've been grinding, man. I've been trying to stay away from comfort food, but I would say Sunday night, man. I got my eyes set on a Whataburger. We're stacking Astros without doubt. Athletics, I'm not gonna stack. Dodgers and the Cardinals. Tony Gonsolin taking on Steven Matz. Gonsolin, a 3.32 expected ERA, just a 21% K rate, 10% swing and strike rate, 15% call strike rate. So most of his numbers similar to last year. A dip here and there. The Sierra's elevated more. The results are probably a little on the lucky side, but the expected ERA isn't terrible. Steven Matz on the other side, 4.59 expected ERA, 4.46 Sierra, 1.61 whip, and a 20% K rate. He's been able to get through lefties pretty easily, but the righties, massive problem. 4.5 xFIP, 341 average allowed, 18% K rate. There are just two lefties in this Dodgers lineup, and they're both pretty good lefties, especially lefty on lefty, Freddie Freeman and James Outman. So Dodgers in a strong spot. Negative is the ballpark, Busch Stadium. What is it? 17% below average in homers, and then the Cardinals bullpen has been above average too. So it's the Dodgers. I think we always stack the Dodgers. They're just that good, but it's not like they have a ton going for them in the factors department. But as far as Mats goes, generally though, 1.71 home run per night, picking up on that 1.6 last season. It's a good spot for him. Mookie Betts, we just talked about him. He has one of the higher bomb ratings on the slate without park adjustment. Obviously, the park adjustment for him is actually going to decline that bomb detector, but just bomb detector rating alone with sample size, I think Mookie's at the top. He's second to Tatis, but Tatis doesn't have a ton of sample behind it. Mookie does, so look out for Mookie. Someone over the wall, and then naturally we have to stack some Dodgers. And then the Cardinals against Gonsolin. Gonsolin's ground ball rate, very low average allowed. Starting to walk some lefties. All right, what are you guys feeling here? Cardinals are really powerful. They are better against righties, surprisingly. It feels like this season, 116 WRC plus. Is that true? I feel like they should not be. They're about average, about the same to both sides. So, high OPS, high ISO. It's just kind of the same thing as the Dodgers, right? Good team individually, just bad park in the matchup. It's probably a little tougher on them than the Mets inversely. Is it going to cost this much in ownership? Let's see. Dodgers have a little bit of steam. What about the Cardinals? Not so much. So maybe throw 4% Cardinals in the back end. Why not? Let's do it. Very diverse day for stacks. Killer food and soups. Yeah, okay. I might have to try them then. Soup. I can do some soup. What's up with that in Verlander? What do you think is up? I think Verlander is just getting to a later stage, man. It's natural. But we've seen Verlander have some struggles before, so hopefully he comes through it. Who's the best K pitcher for tournaments? Well, look at ownership more so than the K stuff itself. Just strikeout ability. I think I want to say Bryce Miller, although I'm terrified of his fly balls catching up to him against the Braves. But I would say just generally though, a sub 1% ownership on a 28% strikeout rate. That's nice, and no one's gonna pitch him because it's the Braves. But that's just strictly for like tournament mindset, where I'm looking for a way to stand out from the pack. And if that ownership holds up, there's a range of outcomes where that dog will hunt. But like we said, his 60% fly ball rate is due for a couple baseballs to jump the fence. So far, that hasn't happened. But this is a Braves lineup with a lot of high barrel rates. So he's going to have to really keep these K rates up. Also feel like his swing and strike rate under 10% usually doesn't correlate consistently with a high 20s K percentage. But it is less than 20 innings, so we'll see. Twins at the Angels. Joe Ryan taking on Reed Detmers. Twins. 4.3 run total for the Twins. 3.9 for the Angels. No confirmed lineup yet. We got a Red Sox lineup. Yeah, we're good. All right, so the Twins strike out a lot. Holy cow. Reed Detmers, 4.23 expected ERA, 4+ on the Sierra. Joe Ryan has been pristine. Tougher matchup for Joe Ryan, but obviously it's centered around a couple of guys, Trout and Ohtani specifically. If he can get through them, he can still be just a talented pitcher on this slate. Just a 3% barrel rate. I think talent alone, we have to play him because we haven't typed a pitcher name in a minute. So let's go Joe Ryan. Let's start him off as a tier 2. And then unlikely that I'm going to get to Detmers. Kind of, I don't know, man. Detmers is an interesting one because we talked about his pitch mix at the beginning of the year when he got sent down last year. The strikeout stuff has been there. The swing and miss stuff is there. he just also is walking people and just generally struggling, especially against lefties. A 2 home run per 9 against lefties, 342 average. But like if you just range of outcomes, can he get you some strikeouts? 27% K rate against lefties for the Twins this season. There's a chance, but this right here is your problem. Correa, Buxton, Farmer, Garlick in the projected lineup. Now, Farmer, Garlick certainly could not be in the lineup or could be different, so we'll have to wait to see the official lineup before we make definitive decisions here. But I would say just like Martin Perez. Like if you were just trying to spread out and diversify your portfolio, I mean, there's a case for 7.9K, 26% K rate against a high K Twins team. You know what I mean? And against lefties, an 84 WRC plus. Inversely, I love Byron Buxton today. 3.95 bomb detector rating, and Angel Stadium plays friendly to power, right? I believe especially to righty power. Buxton with a park adjusted bomb rating is at 4th on the slate with a 4.18. So it goes both ways. Ha! Family Guy. Take a pre-workout before wrestling or before tilting MLB The Show. Maybe. I haven't taken a pre-workout in years. I just don't have it. I would. I think with I used to go to the gym with a gallon of water, and I would at the counter walking in get one of those C4s, where you put the powder into water or whatever, and then I would be like, I'm not leaving this gym until my heart has a normal beat and this gallon of water is gone. And that was a long time ago, but maybe. My wrestling matches aren't long enough to burn off some pre-workout, bro. I wish they were, but they're not. So I'll just stick with the bang. Man. Until the full lineup for the Twins come out, I'm going to go Twins Substack. And that'll be centered around like Buxton, Correa, basically that stretch. And then we'll see if Farmer and Garlick make the mix. And then inversely, I don't think I'm going to stack Angels. Trout and Ohtani are just going to fall naturally in non-Ryan lineups. And that's all I got to say about that. Is the show 23 worth it? I pass rotation. It depends on what kind of player you are. I'm finding that I'm in the minority of what game mode I play. I just grind duos with my bro. The general consensus is that the gameplay is great, the content's incredible, blah 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 blah. But me personally, I just like to play with the homies and grind ranked, and ranked is dog awful because it freezes every other game and yada yada yada. But if you're not there to play with somebody else online against teams, like solos online are fine. So you would probably like it. You got a really late start. You missed a whole season of content. But it's all right. It's all right. Here, what up, Steve? Dominator. I like Red Sox at extremely low ownership versus Boomer Bust Snell. I can get behind that. Well, James Paxton take it on Blake Snell. Paxton making his second go of it. 5 innings of work so far for him. We'll look at how I believe his rehab stuff wasn't great, if I recall correctly. 5 innings against the Cardinals, 9 strikeouts. Good for him. The big maple. Let's pull up his minor leagues. May have to grab it. Yeah, it's a good time killer. I'm just about, like, last night was the first night I played more Fortnite than baseball in a while. But that's kind of how it works for me for the show. I'll play it hard for like 1 or 2 months, and then I'm going right back to Fortnite. But they have broken up the content releases into seasons, which I think is a net positive. But if you're like a solo player, like if you play offline, like stuff like that. Like I think it's probably going to be a good game for you. I guess his rehab stuff was actually solid. I don't know who I was thinking of. 10 strikeouts, 6 innings against lefties, 6. Oh Jesus! Oh no, those are walks. I'm stupid. Oh no, this is terrible. 19 strikeouts in 15 innings, 6 walks, 15 innings, 10 walks in 6 innings against lefties. Whip is elevated, but turned it on when he came back up. I don't think I'm there on Paxton here. Padres scrappy team for strikeouts. 109 WRC plus. Tatis is one of the higher bomb detector guys, but again, based on very limited samples, so I'm not going to go crazy with that. Yeah, we've got what 6.1 innings of sample in 3 years for Paxton. So I just can't play him. And Padres, we just bet on talent there. Inversely, Blake Snell taking on the Red Sox. The Red Sox 111 WRC plus this season against lefties, 421 slug. Blake Snell is a Jekyll and Hyde, right? 4.76 xFIP against righties, 4+ against lefties. The K stuff's always been there, and so is the walk stuff, and that's kind of what you get with Blake Snell. So I guess going with the road less travel today makes sense in tournaments. 3 straight games of 6 innings. Cincy and Dodgers back-to-back starts. Strikeouts are meh. So like I'm fine with whatever decision you guys make here. Could just be a wash. Let's look at his individual game metrics the last 3 games. Paxton hit 98. Attaboy, Paxton. You'll be back on the IL at this rate. No, I like Paxton, man. He's a good guy to root for. Just a bad jersey he's wearing, you know. You know. Still playing 22. You want to play 21? I've got 22. Is he better? I mean, I would assume naturally you're better at Petco. 13% swing and strike rate. Just a 52% first pitch strike. That's literally a coin flip for whether or not he starts to count 0-1 or 1-0. That's crazy. Batted ball on that. xFIP has been elevated the last 2 games, 5.2, 4.5. So looks like you could argue you got lucky the last 2 games against the Dodgers. The Reds just suck, so whatever. So I'm not really there. It's a team that's 111 WRC plus. This is a tough team. So if I had to make a decision, gun to my head, I'd lean more of not playing Snell than playing Snell. If I'm being honest, I'll probably just have both ends of the spectrum at a minimal rate. What's the Snell? Snell's always like ridiculously overvalued though. At 26%, the highest on pitcher, I'm out. I mean, that's just no. Yeah, if it fails, it fails, bro. But you're telling me the pitcher with like the most innings and highest expected ERA relative is the highest owned pitcher? F out of here. You can have that. I'll just let the field have that. Whatever. And then Red Sox, we'll get them where we can get them. I would imagine they're untouched if Snell's the highest owned pitcher. Yep, untouched. So we'll get to some Red Sox just because it's so easy to do so. I don't really have a lean on Paxton. I'm still leaning towards like his pitch count maybe not being what we want. I guess that's fine. He had plenty of starts in the minors. Strikeouts have been there. The lefties against the Cardinals ain't a give. It's just this Padres team doesn't strike out a ton. There's 2 guys in this lineup, Odor and Engel, and that's a projected lineup, so they could not even be in the real lineup. I don't have a strong lean on that. Field should be higher on McClanahan. He's not on this slate, is he? Or do you mean Alcantara? Alcantara. Isn't McClanahan hurt? Or am I tripping? Or is he on the early slate? Yeah, he's on the early slate, Jason. So that's not going to catch the main. The 3 games before the main slate, McClanahan, Gallen. See, I would like these guys on the main slate, to be honest, dude. Brewers against lefties. If there's a lefty in chat, I would probably play you against the Brewers right now. And then Gallen's a quality pitcher, so it's a shame that those didn't catch the main. We got 1 game left on the docket. Take a pause for the cause. Chat, there are two of these coupons left for the year pass. So the year pass was listed at $3.99. If you use the coupon code YEAR, YEAR, it brings that $3.99 down to $2.60. But wait, there's more. You get a $150 credit towards Fantasy Cruncher. So you rebate that down. It's essentially $110. Once those 2 go, we are locking up the bulk passes, the season and year pass. We're going to run just week, 2 week, month passes for most of the summer. And then and when football comes back, we'll probably have the other stuff back. But these dog days of summer, it's really just us and baseball. So go check that out. There's only 2 left, unless somebody bought one while I was live. It's limited. The system will not let you get it unless it's available. So go check that out. And then when you do upgrade, and you can just grab a week pass, but when you do upgrade, click VIP portal, grab the links to the spreadsheet and a link to the rundfs.com VIP Discord. After the show, after the stream, I'll be in the voice chat for a little bit. What is it, 418? Hanging out, making some lineups, making some player pools and stuff like that. So go be part of that. I was looking at the 6 p.m. No, it's all good, Jason. Sandy Alcantara taking on Disco Stew. 3.7 run total for the Marlins, 3.9 for the Giants. So 9,800 on Alcantara. I think that he should be the highest owned pitcher, but I guess he has had some struggles this year, so maybe that's not fair. But so is Blake Snell. So what's the logic, right? 4.35 expected ERA for him, sub 4 Sierra, barely sub 4 Sierra. The strikeout stuff is there. The ground ball rate is still there, and the Giants have been elevated K numbers. Solid WRC plus against righties, but hardly any power. Or at least hardly any power projected in the bomb detector. I take that back. Almost 200 ISO for Wade, JD Davis, Mike Yastrzemski. So I'm in on Alcantara easily. And then Desclafani, I'm not that enamored with, but this is a case of the Marlins are really, really bad in a pitcher's park. We might be able to steal a solid DraftKings SP2 game from Desclafani, right? So let's go. Man, we need more pitchers, unfortunately. Alcantara in the tier 2. Do we want to play Desclafani? Can he accidentally get a strikeout per inning? Sub 1 whip, we like that. I think we do. And then I think we start. I think I'm. Did that Rockies lineup? It is out. That Rockies lineup was so bad. Was so bad in the projected. Let me see. Because Martin Perez is on the cusp for me. So the 1 through 4 is a little stronger. But the bottom half of this Rockies lineup is so bad. I don't know. I feel like I have to expand my pitching pool a little bit. Maybe I was thinking Martin Perez and Reed Detmers were the fringe guys, so maybe I will have to introduce them in DraftKings in the back end. No need to on Fanduel though. Although Martin Perez could eat 6 innings. Not likely that I'm in on either stack. We'll rotate some There's not even a one-off on the yeah. I think we go Desclafani. All right, we did. So let's do this. Let's move these two up, and then we'll notate that. Let's go M. Perez and Detmers, Fringe, DK, SB2. Although I do think Martin Perez, even historically, we know he has been more likely to just be a 6-inning quality start guy. So Roof shut there in a solid matchup. I might add him into the pitcher pool. So that's what we're doing there. So that's what we're doing with the slate. Ryan Alcantara. I think unless the ownership on Snell, the projected ownership subsides, I think I'll just let the field have that as a one way to get different. Paxton, man, the matchup is a little rough for me. I think that's how I roll. That's the rough draft. Ryan Alcantara, and then spin the wheel, make a deal with these guys, and then stacks. Not bad for a 12 gamer. I could work with that. And we'll go Pascantino as the home run call. I'll try to add one more home run call before lock. Although Buxton was kind of tugging at me earlier, so maybe we'll go with him. All right, let's see what you guys got. Any questions, comments, ideas you guys got? Throw them at us. We'll knock that out before we get out of here. You like Conforto for a homer tonight against Cal Quantrill? I can. Oh wait, Conforto against Alcantara. 3.28 bomb rating. 138 homer. I don't know. Alcantara historically a big ground ball guy, but against lefties so far, we've seen a decrease in ground ball rate, an increase in hard contact, and the home run per nines have been up. So, man, you got that feeling in your bad knee, go for it. What else we got? Who's the best K pitcher on the slate, just overall? With sample size, it's probably Joe Ryan. Thoughts on Belak? I don't think he's that good. I think he's historically been a reliever that hasn't been great. His advanced metrics are bad. The matchup is good. So like if I looked up tonight, 6,200 Belak got through this lane of athletics, and at 6K on DraftKings, you were happy with like a 16 to 20, which I would be ecstatic with 20 at that price. Like I think the matchup is good enough for him to steal one, but as far as him individually as a talent, it's not great. 17% barrel rate is not what you want. So matchup is there, the talent is not. But the athletics suck, right? Do we know if Cruz is in the lineup? I don't have a Padres lineup yet. I did just get a Twins lineup and an Angels lineup. Is Trout not in the Angels lineup? Hold up. Yeah, that's a big jump for Joe Ryan. That might adjust his ownership too. I mean, that's a huge. We'll see if no Trout moves the needle on Joe Ryan ownership. But that's huge. Don't even mention what Belak said about you. Hey, sometimes it be like that. Whatever. Can Matthew Boyd get 15 to 20 versus the Nats? I'm done pitching lefties against the Nats. I can't remember the last time I did it, but it doesn't work. And Matthew Boyd's not a strikeout guy anyway. But the Nats, I'm pretty sure, have the lowest strikeout rate as a team against lefties. And Matthew Boyd doesn't, he's not a big strikeout guy anyway. Although 13% swing and strike rate, you would think this would be like 23%. So maybe he's due for progression, but I don't know. I'm not going to tempt the waters with that one. I took for Dong tonight, has a 300 plus boost. Who'd you take, Steve? Jake Berger. I can get down with that. I like that game for offense. Or is that it? Do you have anything else? So I assume, is tomorrow an all-day thing or MLB schedule? They do have the lowest K rate on the slate. Yeah, especially when you split it. It's just a tough spot, right? Obviously, results aren't always what we think beforehand. So, like, if you stole a good game against the Nats, whatever. But as far as the metrics, so tomorrow's a day slate. Fudge, man. And then Sunday, I'll be out of town all day Sunday. So this is probably our last stream till Monday. Alright, if that is it, all I'm asking for you guys is 3 things, and you know what they are. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and tell somebody in your life that you love them, because you just don't know. I'm headed to the rundfs.com VIP Discord. I appreciate you guys making part of my afternoon, be part of your afternoon. I'll see you guys maybe Monday, but hey, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/Gundacker. I love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money.